Hello and welcome back to One Piece at a Time. I am Killian here with my silky smooth co-host Richard. Richard, how are you feeling on this
Hello,
fine day?
hello, Killian. It's not very fine here. We had a little bit of a heat wave in Ireland here for a while. We've had a warm summer, and that seems finally to have broken, um, which is good news for my pumpkins. My pumpkins would like some water to help them grow, but it's kind of sad. I
Well,
don't like the rain.
it's gotten really hot here in Japan now. The heat waves hit Japan and it's not going to go away until like October.
Hmm.
Japanese summer just fucking sucks.
I can imagine.
Uh,
Sucks to be you, Killian. You
yeah,
did move
well,
out to Japan voluntarily, though, so you can't really blame anyone else.
uh, no, I suppose not. Uh, if I was rich enough, I would just not live in this country for like summer though. I would I don't know. What's the closest cold place? Russia? I'd move to East Russia for 3 months. It's far away from the Ukrainian border, so there's no moral conflict in living in East Russia. That's different to West Russia. Well, I live in Vladivostok for 3 years, for three
I,
months every year.
I don't think there's really a moral question about living in Russia anywhere.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it's bad to support countries that are at war with other countries as aggressive state.
ah, come on, you go down that fucking rabbit hole, you're going to be condemned 20 different ways,
Yeah,
you
well,
know?
I did live in Saudi when they were having a war, like a proxy war with Yemen, and that did involve
Yeah,
like them
that was
shooting
fucking
missiles.
brutal. Didn't they cause a famine in Yemen or something because of the blockade?
Well, I knew a guy who lived in Yemen. He said living there was mostly fine if you're away from the front line. But I guess
Yeah, if he's
it's
living
like
in
a
like the
20 year
capital or
long
something.
conflict now, though. So it probably flares up and down. I know they had a peace treaty during COVID, and I was like, guys, if you could just have peace, like why didn't you just do it before the pandemic? If peace is an option.
Well, I think Saudi Arabia had to be humbled a bit before
Well,
they went
it's
in
well,
for that.
it's Iran and Saudi using Yemen using like they call it North Yemen and South Yemen, but it's clearly West Yemen and East Yemen if you look at a map. Like it's no
Yeah, yeah.
it's like this, and they say it's North and South. It's like guys, who named these states? Look, I don't know anything about the conflict, but I know basic geography. I know which way north is.
I imagine that divide, it has to be like a rural, um, urban divide as well, right?
I don't know. Well, my point is, I don't know anything about this conflict, even though I lived in Saudi Arabia. And they actively shot a missile at the city I was in one morning.
Mm.
It was pretty scary. There was like hit an oil field, so there's a big black cloud of smoke the next morning. And I was like, when it
Mm.
happened, I was like, oh God, I do not know enough about this conflict to know like whether that was in any way justified, and it could have fucking killed me.
I'm with the what's the plural term? Yemeni. I'm with the Yemeni people, the rebels on this, like just
I don't know
by
which side was the
definition.
rebels. I don't know which side Saudi supports and which side Iran supports. Like which one's
Yeah,
the
Saudi,
rebels depends on which perspective you take, doesn't it?
The Saudis went allied with the recognized government. The Houthis were what Iran was supporting.
Okay, so you you
Um,
you you support the Iranian side. You're with the Shiites or the Sunni.
the Shia, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Houthis aren't the nicest people in the world, but as far as I know, the Saudis' war was pretty brutal. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What are we
Okay,
talking about? Good
you're in
fucking
one
Lord.
piece at a time where we open every episode with some kind of Islamic touchdown. Last week we were discussing the Quran. Here we're discussing the fucking Yemen civil war.
Uh, I didn't realize that actually Yemen had its own branch of Islam that I can't remember the name of. They have their own little kind of
God,
version of
Richard,
it.
you're gonna have to save this. There's 1,000 chapters of One Piece. You're gonna have to save this for like the next 20 years.
Yeah, well, next week. What are we on? What are we doing? We're reading this manga apparently.
Yeah, we're on
Did
chapter
we
92, happiness.
chapter 92,
That's what I believe, yes.
27? What happened in the last one?
The last one was the fight with Arlong, and he took to the water. Luffy got the upper hand on him using his own teeth. So Arlong retreated to the water and he's jumping out of the water to get Luffy.
Yes, okay. All right. Yeah, chapter 92. Oh yeah, we had the little 3D model of the merry-go with the various cabins and locations and all that stuff,
Yeah. And now
which was neat.
we're seeing Morgan again here. Kobe and Helmipio's Chronicle of Toil, Volume 9, The Extradition of Morgan. All right, what does it mean by extradition here? He's going to his home country?
Yeah, that doesn't make much sense, right? Because you have one member of the Navy handing him over to another member of the Navy.
It
So
seems kind of gangster coded with like a dog head. Yeah, we saw a dog ship last time, so this is that important guy.
yeah, this is Garp, right?
I can't remember the name. I like the guy behind him who's like a gangster. Like, this is pretty cool that he's setting this all up. Like these characters who I presumably will become important later in these little cutaways. It's a
Well, yeah,
while
so I mean,
before we're getting to it, but like, yeah, even here in the early days of One Piece, it's clearly well planned. He clearly had a lot of material he wanted to get to, and I guess
yeah.
like
So someone said Garp is one of the what was it? One of the few important vice admirals, or one of the few competent ones. I can't remember the exact wording, but yeah, he seems to play a role in the story as it goes on.
yeah. I guess right from the start, it was pretty successful, so he knew he'd be running a long time. Probably didn't know he'd be running decades, but like he probably knew I'm not gonna get cancelled out of the way, so he's like pretty easy to see things ahead.
Hmm.
Anyway, we'll get to it. We have to get through this fight first. I hope this fight ends in this chapter now. Uh, wait, we didn't see anything about the secret maps, which this volume promised. I guess just not because it's the first chapter. We'll see it now, hopefully. Come
Not
on,
yet,
you
no.
lousy shark. You've got guts, human, or have you given up? What does Arlong mean like that? Have you given up? Is he expecting Luffy to hop in the water after him?
That's exactly what he's asking him to do.
Well, like, it's something Luffy would believably do, though.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Luffy can't swim, though. So, like, oh God. Okay, yeah, Luffy's not that stupid to jump in the water, hopefully.
Maybe.
Don't you understand what hide means, Luffy? You're taking the full force of his attacks. If he hits you again, you're doomed. Gum Gum Shield! What's that? Does he think that'll protect him? I'm going twice as fast this time. I'll skewer his worthless heart. Shark darts! And I'm just looking at the top picture. Oh, he got Luffy in the top picture. Brother Luffy's
Hmm.
hit! Luffy has grabbed him by the head to keep the point away. He's wrapped his head right along him. Boing! What happened? Is he dead? No, he bounced back. Haha, you're finished, Arling. That trick's not gonna work. Okay, okay, Luffy bounced off of Arlong, so Arlong's in the building. Shark darts! Oof!
Yeah.
I think he was in the building and he jumped out of the building there. You can't escape! You got lucky, you dirty scoundrel! You caught me by surprise! But this'll finish you! Get ready! Gum gum! Finger net! Whoosh! I'm going fishing!
I'm liking these kind of new imaginative contortions from Luffy in this fight. It's good.
And spear. And spear? I'm going fishing and spear. Not gum gum spear? Gum gum fingernet and spear? I feel like the I'm going fishing might have broke up the shouting out the names. But he basically slammed Arlen down with his feet. Whoa! Gah! Hey, it worked! Huh? Is he dead? Oh, Shing is maybe the sound of a sword, like sharp.
Like a coming out of a sheet, kind of.
Yeah, even though it's just his nose, so it's not. Uh, the cat. Arlong looks different. That's how the fishmen look when they go berserk. Luffy's attack only enraged him. Okay, Sanji knows this. He's looking back. Is Sanji remembering something there? A crocodile fishman? Did we see Sanji engage in a fishman before? Or is this the villager guy saying it and we're just seeing a picture of Sanji?
I don't recognize that little fish thing there.
Perhaps Sanji has a
Maybe it's something
history
we
with
saw.
fishmen before. I've never
Maybe.
seen eyes like that. You're a human, an inferior creature. Oh, he got Luffy by the head. That's so cartoonish. Ah, and I'm a mighty fishman. Ah, doing. Now you'll pay. Hey, you caught me off guard again. I'm not hurt, but he sure is mad. Eek! Whoa, dong! Whoa! Boom! Shing!
Wait, he jumps up. What am I looking at here?
He punched the wall. Luffy jumped to avoid the attack. And now on the other side of the wall are those Zoro's swords. They took Zoro's swords from him when they captured him. I think that's what must have happened because it was so
Ah,
long. And so that's why Zoro needed to get swords off Yosaku and Johnny. So maybe that's Zoro's swords there. But then wouldn't Zoro have just got them back when he went in there and just like killed all of Arlong's men?
they might just be swords.
Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe they're just swords.
Hmm.
Whoosh. Oh, that looks, yeah, it looks too big to be Zoro's sword. What's that? It's a giant saw! That's his shark saw! Okay, it's not a sword at all, it's a saw. I did not get
Wait,
that from the first picture.
what makes it a shark saw?
A shark's the one using it. And it
Okay.
looks, it's like shark teeth. It looks like shark teeth.
I mean, but that's what a saw looks like. It's just
Well, it's what a saw can look like that. I think a saw
it's
is
just
not quite as big divides, maybe.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, maybe
okay, a shark's using it then. Does that satisfy you?
it does. Thank you.
Woo, whoosh, shunk, wah! It almost looks like they're on a boat there.
It does.
Oh, thwomp. Whoa, 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 whoa. Arlong's relentless. Luffy's losing. Huff, huff. Crash. Ah, crack. He fled into the building. The top floor, the room on the left. The chart room. Stay out of my way, little rubber man. What is this place? And all this paper. Okay, we're seeing a map here, which I need to screenshot for later. And there's some names.
There
Uh,
is.
Napu. Napu seems to be in the center between two mountains. And up at the top, Kadam. I think this is just filler text, though.
Macedon,
You see Macedon? That's just
Fair,
like a dinosaur. No?
Napola,
Napoli,
Nepal.
maybe?
Yeah,
Napoli?
Yeah. I don't know. I could just be nonsense in my eyes. Uh, yeah. Okay. I'm just imagining crap. Like it's too small.
I'm still gonna get it to see if I can recognize it later.
Do.
On all this paper. This isn't just paper, these are charts. Nami spent the last 8 years drawing them. Fishmen are excellent at gathering oceanic data, but without a good cartographer, it's worthless. No one else in the world can draw such accurate maps. Okay, they're good at gathering data, but without a
Because
cartographer,
they can. Yeah,
use.
because they can swim along the bottom of the seafloor and like
I'm just,
get exact measurements.
yeah, they get the exact, but then they can only measure depth, like length and position is what they need to measure. So how can you get that data but then not make a map out of it? Is it just purely Nami's ability to hold a pen and like draw a nice curve? Because
I
like if
mean, I presume cartography is a skill like anything else, right?
I get me well like it is cartography is obviously a skill and it's obviously quite difficult and map makers are pretty cool. Uh,
Hmm.
and we probably don't even appreciate that enough because we have all these digital satellite maps now. But like, I'm just trying to make sense of this. What data did they gather? What do they bring back? And in what form can they give her the data that is meaningful to her? but they cannot get meaning out of it themselves.
Well, they basically come back with like 1,000 spreadsheets of current data, depth, reef locations, blah blah blah, and then she combines that into a map, a
And
useful
they
map that you can look at
and
at a
they
glance.
but like she's critical here. They can't do that themselves. Like they can't parse the data. You need to
Well,
have a
maybe they
special talent.
can. Maybe they probably could, but just not as good as Nami.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. Nami's a genius. I see. There's nothing more tragic and stupid than wasting one's gift. This pen has blood on it. Drawing charts for me allows Nami to do the things she loves best. And soon I will achieve my ambition. Once we have charts of all the world's oceans, nothing can stop the fishman. The whole world will be my kingdom. Okay. Allows Nami to do the things she loves best. What does Nami love doing best?
Drawing maps.
Okay. Yeah, I would think not being a not being a pirate is what she loves. Her village being
Not
safe, but that's not really an
not
action
being
you
a
can take, is it?
yeah. My favorite thing is not being enslaved. But a close second is my cartography hobby.
Okay, yeah, it is
Yeah.
cartography because drawing charts allows Nami to do the thing she loves best. I thought he was saying it's a deal. She gets to draw charts, and I allow her to do the thing she loves best.
Oh, stealing from pirates.
Yeah.
Gathering money for me.
Okay, the other thing is, Arlong's mapping all the oceans here. So, like, the data
Hmm.
he's bringing to Nami is coming from the other side of the world. He's sending his fishmen out. They're swimming through the Grand Line, under the Grand Line, like somehow they
Around the Grand Line, however that works.
and over the Red Line. The Red Line would probably be even more difficult for the fishmen since that's like land. They need to find like a port and then travel across land where presumably humans are
Hmm.
pretty against fishmen. I'm just saying, Arlong's operation is pretty big. It's bigger than kind of the impression you get. It's not regulated to this one island. He's sending his men out, and even if they're only just swimming on the bottom of the seafloor and gathering data, like they're gonna have to travel for like weeks and weeks, to get all this data.
My question would be, you're doing this worldwide of all the world's oceans. Take over the East Blue first. Like, why would you map the far corner of the world while you still only have like two islands under your control? Like
Well,
you're getting ahead
yeah,
of yourself, you know?
maybe that's it. Maybe it is just the East Blue they're doing right now, and Arlong just is ambitious and is thinking of the future.
Yeah, I hope so. Because it's kind of stupid to try and map the entire world.
Once we have all
You
the
know,
charts of all the world's oceans, nothing can stop the Fishman. The whole world will be my kingdom. So nothing can stop the Fishman, but he also wants to be the leader, even though he has a boss. And there are other Fishmen.
well, he had a boss or he had someone. I don't know if we have enough information on that relationship yet to really say anything about it.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll ever find out about their relationship. I assume Arlong's not going to die here and he'll come back in the future. So we'll
Maybe.
probably see him working for that guy. He'll probably be Hachi in a few more like volumes. Like in 20 more volumes, he's going to be playing the Hachi role in the fight against his boss. Arlong's going to be like the minor underling. This island is the stepping stone to the East Blue. Okay, that's kind of suggesting he's just doing the East Blue first. I see. Think you can use that girl as well as I do? Clack. Whoa. What? My saw won't move. Crick, crick. Use? Okay, and it looks like I thought he used a pen or something to block the saw, but it seems like he just grabbed it and broke it. And I'm gonna point something out here. Like, I don't know how much time One Piece takes place over, but I don't think it takes place over the course of like decades and decades. So like
No.
despite how many adventures Nami is going to go on with Luffy and all that, I'm guessing even by the end of the series, she probably would have spent more time on Arlong's crew than Luffy's crew by the end of the series in terms of like time, quantity of
Yeah.
time,
Mm,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
Which probably becomes like an increasingly weird and funny thought the further into the story you get. And like the more
Just
irrelevant
the
Arlong gets as a backstory.
yeah, just the density of events and people like over this
Yeah.
really short period of time versus, years of just drawing maps for
Yeah.
Erlang.
Her life just got really way more exciting when she met Luffy. And it was already a pretty
Yeah.
dramatic life before that.
Wow, it was quite a traumatic life before that. Oh.
Okay, we got the lounge here. Um, Conference room, galley, and bridge. Well, you do this, Richard. This is your part of the video.
Yeah, so we have the conference room, the galley, and the bridge. Room for meetings and discussions. The crew gathers here for meals and breaks. What do we know? The galley is brick walled. It's got a lamp. It's got a refrigerator.
Is your
A refrigerator.
refrigerator electric powered?
Uh, I was just going to ask that. I'm still quite uncertain about the level of technological advancement in this world.
Well, they have a lamp. The lamp could be like gas or like whale oil or something. Can you power a fridge off gas?
Well, yeah. No, not that kind of gas. Wait,
Okay, if
fridges are
anyone in the
pretty old,
comments
man.
knows about refrigeration, electrical sources, and the conversion of gas to electricity in like 1700s, tell us. Whip
Yeah, okay. I
staff
don't know.
for
A
steering.
whip. Yeah, what the fuck's a whip staff?
Well, it's
Wait,
for
hold on. This
steering.
this ship isn't steered with a wheel. The whip staff that's attached to the tiller turns the rudder and steers the ship right or left.
Okay, I get that, but why is it inside a room? You can't see where you're going.
Yeah, why?
Like they have a
Well,
window,
I mean,
and I
I
guess you
guess
could
there's
open the
portholes there
door.
you could see. Yeah.
I would still think it's better to be outside.
You think that would be on the deck?
Yeah. Like my family used to have a barge, and the tiller was at the back of the boat, but you could see where you're going because you're outside.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That is kind of weird.
It's kind of
And then
funny.
there's a rack for wine and beer.
Uh,
So
are any of them old
yeah.
enough to drink under Japanese law?
Well, I don't know what kind of drinking laws they have in the One Piece world.
Mhm.
I imagine there's none. They're pirates as well. I think pirates have to drink. I think it's like definitionally true.
And definitionally, they have to not obey the law too.
Yeah, so yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So chapter 93.
Chapter 93 will be Going Down. Kobe and Helmipio's Chronicle of Toil, Volume 10. Vice Admiral Garp lets down his guard. Morgan is taking out this Garp guy who was meant to be important or competent. Maybe our Commodore lied to us, and this is like Garp's only appearance.
What's he doing? He's just hitting them with the blunt end of his axe hand?
There is a sword going up in the air, or something going up in the air. What's that like in the top right? Is that a sword?
No, because
No,
his
that's
strike is kind of down. But
so.
yeah, there is something.
I think
Yeah.
did he knock something off the guy? It's going up in the air, or is that something he had that he hit him with, and it's
It
bouncing
would
off?
have to be it would have to be he knocked something. But I'm not sure. That's kind of weird. I'm
Yeah.
not sure what to make of that little thing.
Well, the point is Morgan's back in the game. Morgan is
Ooh.
although like I'm still a bit confused with the legal aspect of Morgan because like I said, I not a nice guy, but I don't think he did anything technically illegal as far as the Marines are concerned. Unless killing his own subordinates was like considered unlawful. Like
I
what's
mean, sure, that would be, I guess.
like he has the power to execute though, no? And if he deems it fit. But like yeah, this extradition I'm a bit confused about as well. Whose authority is he going from to whose and for why? And presumably it's something he does not want since he's fighting back. And is Morgan just going to go on the run now and be a pirate? Is that the arc for Morgan? He started as a
Well,
Marine, and now
I
he has
don't
to go
get why
against
it's
the
an
crown.
extradition at all. Like they're all under the same authority. They're all under the authority of the Navy.
Well, it could
So,
be maybe like East Blue Navy versus West Blue or something. Maybe.
mm, right, kind of like separate institutions. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, well, we'll find out about that. Probably not next week. We probably won't find that out until like 6 months from now when we've forgotten about it.
I will have definitely forgotten about it. I won't even know who Garp is. Garp? Carp? Is it Garp or Carp?
Garf. Mhm.
Carp. Garf? Garf?
Dog Admiral.
Dog admirable. Ad
He's
He's
an
an
admirable
admirable
admiral.
admirable.
Vice Admiral. Vice
Uh,
Admirable.
yeah, my vices are all admirable. Anyway,
No, you smoke.
Killian, this was I don't smoke anymore. This was this was something. I will see you next week. Thanks for
Okay.
watching, everybody, and
And
take it easy.
hopefully the fight will finish next week. Luffy seems pumped. He seems pretty angry with that
Yeah,
using Nami comment. All right.
you can do it. You can do
Bye.
it,
Bye
Luffy.
bye. We love you all.
Goodbye, everybody.